So you heard when we ran the intro, this show is about the tips, tricks, and tactics that we like to share to help agents explode their business. Now, I'm not going to ask you to give away your treasure chest, but the audience is out there. It's like Pavlov's dog, right? You've got them salivating now a little bit. Can you share with us, like maybe what are some of those prompts, a couple of those prompts that you recommend, or
for sure,
or give us some tips?
So there's so many. I have a 12-week academy, and we go through, here's how you use all of this stuff to grow your real estate business. But to give you some really good nuggets, what I hear, limitations of Chat GPT, is that it's only trained on data up until September of 2021. And that's an issue for real estate agents, because then you can't create content based on the current market. You can't create content based on current mortgage interest rates, because Chat GPT only is trained through September of 2021.
I didn't know that. Did you know that, C3?
Yeah. So if you were to ask it, let's say you go into Chat GPT and you say, who won the Super Bowl in 2022? It's going to say, I'm sorry, I've only been trained until September of 2021.
Really?
If you ask it a market-specific question, it will give you an answer, but what you don't know is that the answer is September of 2021. So it's going to talk about crazy bidding wars and, low interest rates and all of this stuff that's not real right now. And so real estate agents have really basically just given up on doing any type of Chat GPT content that requires current data. They'll use it for generic Facebook posts, whatever they want to use it for, property descriptions. But there are two ways around it, and there's a way around it using the free version of Chat GPT to where you don't have to pay anything. But then there's also a way around it using the paid version of Chat GPT, which, if you don't know, there's a free and paid version. The paid version's $20 a month, but it allows you to have third-party plugins. So for an example, Zillow had a plugin where you could type in, find me a home, this is my budget in this area, this is what I want, and it would list out for you using Chat GPT all the different listings. I booked my flight here on Chat GPT because Kayak has a plugin, right? So there is an extension, and for those of you who are wanting to write this down, you'll need to write this down, but for the free version, there's an extension called Web Chat GPT. It's all one word, no spaces, WEBCHAT GPT. If you type that into the Google Chrome Web Store, there's an extension that you can download for free that will give Chat GPT access to the internet. So now when you open up Chat GPT on your Chrome browser, you have a little toggle at the bottom that says turn on web access. So you turn on web access, and then what you do is you ask it, Chat GPT, as of today, give me a full summary of the current market in Dallas, Texas. Give me the current mortgage interest rates for Dallas, Texas. Give me the current inventory data for Dallas, Texas. You ask it whatever you want. It searches the web before it gives you the result, gives you an entire summary of today's market data, and then you write your blog, and then you create your email, and then, because Chat GPT references everything in that conversation, so literally now it's going to reference everything it just researched to create content that's today. And that's a huge, huge thing for agents, because they were like, man, I don't know what to do. It's only been trained up until September 2021. So that's a good tip.
So does it internalize that and retain that knowledge and share it with the rest of the users?
It doesn't share it with the rest of the users,
Okay.
because essentially you could train it incorrect information. You could tell it, hey, 2 + 2 is 7. And then if it shared it with other users, then other users would be getting incorrect data.
Okay.
But it does retain that information in that thread, that conversation. If you start a new chat, it's going to not remember any of that information. But if you ever wanted to go back to that, it has a history on the left-hand side. You click on that chat, it still remembers that information because it's that same thread. Yeah.
Mind-blowing.